Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. All right, so let me tell y'all about the time my OG homie, one of the OGs, had got my bitch pregnant. And he lied to me when I confronted him about it. Wild as hell. So this was back in '09 going into 2010. So I had this apartment in Oak Park, and I had got with this girl that lived in our neighborhood, and she was a pretty little Indian. Well, she wasn't full Indian. She was black and Indian, but her Indian side showed. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was on her head. Everybody wanted her, type shit. And I literally was the second guy in the hood that got her. You know what I'm saying? So when I had got her, me and her was rocking real hard. We was in love and all of that shit, right? To the point where her parents loved me. I was always coming over. The daddy was fucking with me real tough, all of that. He even gave me his gun one time on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Him and moms decided to go take a trip out of town, and he gave me his pistol. He had a 4.5 Taurus. You know what I'm saying? That bad motherfucker. And he gave it to me and told me, to protect his daughter while they was gone, type shit. So I was tied in with them. Like, I was loved by the family, you know what I'm saying? For real. So me and her, we was real tight. Everything was going good. We was together for a few months at that time, but we was young, we 18, 19, 20 years old. So, love was easy to fall into at that time. And that's what it was. So I had this apartment out in the suburbs. I told her, I'm like, look, you can move out the hood and come move in with me, type shit. She like, straight up. I'm like, hell yeah, you my bitch. We rocking, everything good. Why not? So she came, moved in with me, right? I'm paying all the bills, all of that. I'm taking care of everything. It's to the point she ain't even in there cooking, cleaning, nothing. I'm literally taking care of everything around that bitch. You know what I'm saying? She pretty much freeloading, but she was my bitch. So I let her do what it do. And this is exactly why I tell men to stop getting with these type of women, because they gonna pull you back. But anyway, here's the story. All right. So she basically living a free life, you know, and she had a cousin that was a freak ass cousin that came from out of town and shit. And the cousin needed somewhere to stay because she basically, burnt her bridges with everybody in the family. So she asked to come stay at my house for a couple days while she was in town, with her cousin, which was my girl. I let the cousin stay because. I let her stay, and that shit turned out to be the worst shit, but it ended up working out for me, because I need to let girl go anyway. So while the cousin come over, they decide they gonna go out clubbing. So the cousin was over for 3 days. She spent the night at my apartment for 3 days. The whole 3 days they going out clubbing, not coming in 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, right? So let me fast forward the tape. With that being said, I'm paying attention, seeing what's going on. Next thing you know, girl get pregnant. My bitch, she got pregnant. She tried to blame me for it. I wasn't having that shit. The reason why I wasn't having it was because me and her been trying to have a child for months, and it would never happen. Then soon as she started hanging out with her cousin, all of a sudden she ended up pregnant. So I had hit the hood one day, and one of the homies told me, like, yeah, bro, I seen your girl and her cousin with these niggas, which one of the niggas was the OG. They like, yeah, man, she been hanging out with them, and, they been fucking and all that type of shit. So I'm like, damn, straight up. So I went back and confronted my girl. I went back to the apartment. She wasn't there. I called her. I'm like, look, pull up. I need to talk to you. So she had pulled up, and she came in and thought shit was sweet. I'm like, look, I heard what's been going on out here. Pack your shit, get the fuck up out of here. I put her out just like that. Mind you, this was my bitch. You know what I'm saying? I put her out. I don't play that shit. I don't care how in love we is. You go ahead and turn your back, I'm going to turn mine. So that's what I did. I told her she got an hour, you know what I'm saying, to get her shit, because she ain't have a lot of shit. She ain't had no furniture, none of that. She just had clothes, shoes, bullshit like that. Get the fuck up out of here. Well, she got her shit and got the fuck on because she know I wasn't playing, because I don't play no games. So she got out of there. She went back home to her parents. The whole time she still blamed me for the father. So all right, here we go. Fast forward the tape. She done had the baby now, I was there when the baby was born. I even got a picture of holding the baby. But I knew in the back of my mind it wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? So one day I pulled the homie to the side. I'm like, look, man, let me know what the fuck is going on. This nigga stood in my face for 30 minutes strong. He was drunk as hell, He stood in my face like, bro, I never do you like that. You the little homie, blah, blah, blah. And I don't roll like that. You my nigga. Just lying to me, Because he thought I was going to go in this shit, I told you, I'm like that, So he ain't want no smoke, even though he was the OG, but he ain't want no smoke with me, So he lied to me the whole time. I just took that shit with a grain of salt. Whatever, man. So, all right, I went on by my business. Fast forward to tape, a couple months later down the line, I got a blood test. Come to find out, of course, it wasn't mine, 0%. So what I do, I make a copy of the shit. I made a couple of copies. I sent the copies to her family, letting them know I wasn't the father. When that happened, she called me crying, apologizing, all of this shit. And she finally decided to come out to tell me that, yeah, she was fucking with Dog, which was the OG homie, and he the daddy and all of this shit. I'm like, I already knew it. You know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't mine. We've been trying every day for months, and it just would never happen. And then as soon as you go hanging out, clubbing with your cousin, all of a sudden you get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I knew what it was, I ain't had no malicious intent, none of that, I just broke ties with her and we went our ways, When the homie found out, the OG nigga, when he found out it wasn't my kid, that nigga left the state. He went to Arizona. He's still in Arizona to this day. To this day. That happened back in 2010. That nigga is still in Arizona to this day. Ducking that parental, what can you say, being a parent. He done ducked that for 14 years. That little boy that they had together is 14 years old now. And he still haven't came back. And he know he the father of that child. All over some one night stand type shit. Fell in love with the pussy and nutted in her and got a baby with her. I be telling y'all, man, y'all friends ain't y'all friends. For real. Your friends is really not your friends. And this is my OG. This is my OG I've been knowing way before girl even came around. You know what I'm saying? He was the homie way before she even came around. And on top of that, he older than us. He the OG. He older than us. So he backdoored me for a young girl. That was my age, in my age group, And he fucked around and got her pregnant. He got a baby by her, Just go to show you how God work. When you do whole shit, God spank that ass. And that's exactly what he did. He tied that woman with a child. You know what I'm saying? And still to this day, he's still ducking it. I'll call, man. Watch who you call your friends, man. Your friends is not your friends. They just some cool ass niggas. Blade Icewood said this shit way back 2002, 2003, man. He said friends ain't really friends. They just some cool ass niggas. And that was the realest shit, because that's exactly what it is. He was just a cool ass nigga. And now he got a baby by a woman he don't even want to deal with. It's been another episode of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.